Well, what do we have over here, folks? The mother of wizards herself just snapped her wand in half and used it like a shiv. J.K. Rowling took Emma Watson behind the metaphorical woodshed and delivered the kind of savage literary beatdown that makes you wonder if Voldemort ever really stood a chance. This wasn't just a clapback. This was a nuke from orbit. And Emma? She's still standing there in her yoga pants, blinking, wondering what just happened. Welcome back to The Critical Nerd. Today we're diving into the celebrity feud equivalent of a nuclear strike. J.K. Rowling, the woman who literally created Hermione Granger, just schooled the actress who played her on privilege, loyalty, and what it means to actually stand for something. Grab your popcorn because this is going to be delicious. And hey, while you're here, smash that like button, hit subscribe, share this video out there with your friends and family. Oh, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Because Rowling just smashed Emma's carefully curated public image. So let's set the stage. For the past 5 years or so, J.K. Rowling has been the target of Hollywood's version of a witch trial. Oh, some would ask, what's her crime? Well, saying the most unthinkable, outrageous thing imaginable. Men are men, women are women. I know. Somebody go alert the Vatican, fire up the Inquisition. Rowling dared to suggest that women deserve their own spaces. Shelters, prisons, locker rooms, rape crisis centers. Really radical stuff, right? She also had the gall to say maybe we shouldn't be chemically castrating kids like it's a TikTok challenge. Talking about you, some Hollywood actresses out there. And for these views, which roughly 99% of humanity held until about 5 minutes ago, Rowling faced death threats, rape threats, torture threats, and near excommunication from the very industry that owes half its net worth to her wizarding world. And who is there to pile on? Well, the very same child actors who Rowling made millionaires before they could even drive. I'm talking about Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and of course, Emma Two-Faced Watson. Now, fast forward, 2025. And suddenly Emma Watson shows up on the Jay Shetty podcast with a new strategy. Fence setting or sitting. She delivers a word salad so bland it could have been catered by Olive Garden. Here's a little gem for you. But I quote, I really don't believe that by having had that experience and holding the love and support and views that I have mean that I can't and don't treasure Joe and the person that I had personal experiences with. Let me translate that for you. Please don't cancel me, activists. But also, please, don't hate me, Joe. It's like watching Hermione try to solve a riddle without the time turner. Awkward, messy, and guaranteed to blow up in her face. And the kicker? Emma says she doesn't believe in canceling people. Which is kind of rich coming from the same person who helped fuel the fire that had Rowling ducking death threats. Funny how no one is disposable becomes her mantra the second the culture turns against her. Now, to JK's credit, she's been, I'll just say she's been pretty cool about all this. Well, she's finally decided after 5 years that enough is enough. She starts off polite, and I quote, I don't expect eternal loyalty from actors who played my characters. That's a fair statement, but then she decides to drop the hammer. Emma and Dan have spent years acting like they're the official spokespeople of Harry Potter. They rode her legacy like a Nimbus 2000, but instead of catching the snitch, they used it to dunk on her in public. And here's the heartbreaking part. Rowling admits she kept quiet about Emma for years out of protectiveness. She literally told the producers of The Witch Trials of J.K. Rowling that she didn't want Emma hounded. Even while Emma was tossing gasoline on the fire, Rowling was still trying to shield her. That's not just restraint, that's maternal instinct. But then came the turning point. The 2022 BAFTAs, the British equivalent of the Oscars. At least I think it is. Emma struts on stage, announces she's here for all the witches, and mouths, bar one. Translation, middle finger to Rowling on live TV. This wasn't a disagreement. This was a calculated jab. A careerist stunt. And afterwards, Emma sends a one-line handwritten note through an intermediary. And I quote, "I'm so sorry for what you're going through." Rowling's reaction? Basically, it's this. She's got my number. If she cared, she'd call. Instead, she mailed me a sympathy card while helping fuel the mob. That's not loyalty. That's betrayal with extra postage. Now we get to the real fireworks. This is the good, juicy stuff. Rowling, well, she unloads. And I quote, "Like other people who've never experienced adult life uncushioned by wealth and fame, Emma has so little experience of real life, she's ignorant to how ignorant she is." Now, that's not just an insult. That's literally dropping a nuke. Ignorant of how ignorant she is. Rowling then paints a picture of the real world Emma will never know. Mixed sex hospital wards, public shelters, council-run pool changing rooms, state-run rape crisis centers that can't guarantee safety, even prison cells with predators claiming womanhood. Emma Watson, she doesn't face any of that. She's got private bathrooms and security guard outside her door. And then comes the kill shot. And I quote, "I wasn't a millionaire at 14. I lived in poverty while writing the book that made Emma famous." That single line carries more power than Emma's entire filmography. And just when you thought JK was done, she drops the crocodile analogy. And I quote again, "It's extraordinary how many people think a crocodile will be so grateful you fed it red meat for years that it'll let you stroll away unharmed when you decide you want a break." Well, that's Emma in a nutshell. She fed the activist mob for years, and now she wants a break. The crocodile's snapping at her too. She's learning the hard way that loyalty to the mob, it's a one-way street. Rowling's final observation might be the sharpest of all. And I quote, "The greatest irony is that had Emma not suddenly declared she loves and treasures me, a change of track I suspect she's adopted because full-throated condemnation of me is no longer fashionable, I might never have been this honest." I'm going to translate this one for you folks. Emma's not apologizing. She's rebranding, trying to hedge her bets now that the cultural tide is shifting. And Rowling? Well, Rowling's being Rowling. She's not buying it for a second. So here's where I land on all this. J.K. Rowling, she risked everything, her career, her reputation, even her personal safety, to stand by principles that should be common sense. She held the line while the world tried to burn her at the stake. Now, Emma Watson, she cashed checks, trashed the hand that fed her, and when the mob turned, tried to cozy back up with vague platitudes about treasuring Joe. Rowling's response made it clear. This isn't a Hallmark reunion. This is war. So what do you guys out there think? Was Rowling right to finally nuke Emma Watson? Or is Emma genuinely trying to crawl back to sanity? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, again, smash that like button harder than Rowling smashed Emma's credibility. Subscribe for more Hollywood hypocrisy takedowns, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next meltdown. As for me, I'm the Critical Nerd, and I'm out.